Well, it's finally here. Tonight is the night where we have the Super Bowl. That's right. Tonight's Super Bowl is between the last two teams for this 2025 NFL season. It's the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots. I heard that at the NFL Honors, Matthew Stafford, former Detroit Lions quarterback, won the MVP. He wins the MVP for the first time in his career at the age of 37. And all his four daughters were up there on stage with him when he won the award, which was cute. You know, his four daughters are so cute. Good for Matthew Stafford. I mean, the votes were pretty close between him and Drake May, which I figured because most people chose Drake May to win the MVP. I thought Drake May was going to win the MVP. But then again, what Matthew Stafford did this season and how the Rams were good this season, you can't go wrong with him either. So congrats to Matthew Stafford. I'm glad he didn't make the Super Bowl. I just wish Matthew Stafford would have won an MVP award as a Detroit Lion, but the organization back then pretty much wasted his and Calvin Johnson's primes. Back then, they didn't care much about turning the franchise around, compared to now, ever since they got Dan Campbell as head coach. The Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, they face in the Super Bowl for the first time since 2015. Yes, a decade ago, 11 years ago, when the New England Patriots won the Super Bowl in 2015. And that was a great Super Bowl. Back then, the NFL was still great. It wasn't soft like it is now. I don't know, the NFL now, you could say the majority of sports, NFL, especially the NBA, I don't know, the NFL doesn't seem as entertaining as it used to be. But a decade ago, it was. New England Patriots, they were a dynasty. That was their fourth Super Bowl win. Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, Bill Belichick was still the head coach, obviously. Julian Edelman, Robert Kraft, who was still the owner of the Patriots to this day. We can't forget that awesome Seattle Seahawks team during the Russell Wilson era, aka the Legion of Boom. That team was fun to watch. They were just awesome. Pete Carroll as the head coach, Russell Wilson at his best with the Seahawks as their starting quarterback. Then you have Marshawn Lynch, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Bobby Wagner, of course. That was such a fun, great team. They were pretty much a mini dynasty. They were so close to winning back-to-back Super Bowls, but due to the Russell Wilson trying to pass it to a Seahawks teammate, where it ended up being an interception from Patriots Malcolm Butler, it sealed the deal and the Patriots won that Super Bowl. And you can't forget this iconic moment where Tom Brady is so happy that he jumps up and down as he is happy that he got the victory for his team. He was jumping up and down and around like the Jump Around song by House of Pain. Jump around! Jump around! It's quite fitting to see him jump up and down. The song fits Tom Brady's celebration. Matter of fact, I heard some audio the other day on TV, on ESPN, to hear Tom Brady actually scream. His screaming was so freaking funny. He sounds like a woman screaming. And then, of course, there was the classic Richard Sherman reaction. Richard Sherman looked so disappointed. He was like, "Oh, no, come on." And no offense to Tom Brady, but he's not a good announcer. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Colin Collar has to say. That's just Collar being too damn nice. But he's not a great commentator. Neither is Kevin Bernhardt. And they seem like they try so hard to be effing funny. It's like, would y'all stop doing that? Everybody does it in sports. Well, not just sports, the news, like talk shows, etc. It's like, what the hell? Would y'all relax? I remember one time they were making a reference to Chris Cross's jump, and the way Tom said jump, it's like he was trying too hard to be hip or I'm like, bro, stop doing that. Then they do these comparisons. I hate when they do these comparisons sometimes. They do the comparisons with Drake May and Tom Brady. Oh, Drake May, his second year in the NFL, he gets to the playoffs just like Tom Brady, did as well in his sophomore season. Like, they're speculating that because Tom Brady won his second season, that automatically means that Drake May is going to win in his second season in the NFL. It's like, are y'all serious? Would y'all stop that? Stop the comparisons. Let Drake May have a career, okay? Stop the comparisons. Let Drake May be Drake May. It does that crap. I really hope and pray the Patriots lose. For real, go Seahawks. And then I remember one announcer saying, because they were showing the image of Tom Brady, he has a statue for the Patriots outside the arena, and rightfully so. But they're talking about maybe one day Drake May can have one too. We don't, yeah, maybe, but damn, stop. Good grief. Now, it seems like the majority of people are choosing the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. And I am one of them. I'm going for the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. I just think that they're a better team than the Patriots, especially defensively. So I'm going for the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. I'm rooting for Sam Darnold. He deserves to win the Super Bowl. Once again, he did his thing. And he did not disappoint in the NFC Championship against the Rams. He played very well. He stepped up. He did not disappoint. He proved his critics wrong. He did it. He won it. So now I believe that he can go out there, prove it once again that he can win a Super Bowl. And I'm rooting for him to win it because I think he deserves it. And Cooper Kupp, he returns to the Super Bowl for the second time in his career. Of course, he won a Super Bowl back in 2022 against the Cincinnati Bengals when he was a teammate to Matthew Stafford, and he won the Super Bowl MVP. And so now he has a chance to win another Super Bowl championship with his new team. I'm sure some people out there are probably rooting for the Seahawks, especially if they can't stand the Patriots. Their history of possibly cheating and the Spygate and, cheating scandals and whatnot, even with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick no longer part of the franchise, they still hate the Patriots. So hopefully it'll be a very good Super Bowl. I know a lot of people did not expect these two teams to be in the Super Bowl. I thought it would probably be the Eagles, and I thought coming out the AFC maybe it could have been the Houston Texans. All right, see you later.